Hey, how's it going? Let's talk about Ally Invest. So I'll give you an update on my Ally Invest managed portfolio. And if you've never heard about that, you don't know what that is, that's actually Ally's robo-advisor. So yes, Ally does have options for you to have self-directed trading where you can pick and choose your own stocks, but they also do have a robo-advisor. And I'm gonna give you a bunch of screenshots, give you an update, tell you how much money I made, and I'll also give you the pros and cons, what I honestly think about this. All right, so here's a look at my portfolio. This is the core aggressive growth portfolio at Ally Invest. It's the most aggressive option here. All right, so again, $1,000. I put that initial investment in there at the end of August of last year. And right now, at the end of March, it's pretty much about 7 months later. And you'll see right there, they give a pie chart, pretty simple, right? So the total value right now, $1,151.23. Basically, I made some money. So that's obviously a good thing. And here's how my money's being invested. On the right side, you see almost 42% in US stocks, almost 26% in international stocks, about 2.8% in US bonds, almost 1% in international bonds, and then about 29% in cash. Here's the deeper dive into it. So this is the screenshot that a lot of you are going to be interested in. So you see the portfolio overview at the top. The very top right there, you see account value, net earnings, and then also net return as a percentage. 15.39%, that's my return since funding the initial account. So $1,000 and I gained about $151. Now, if you look at the bottom right there, so you see exactly what they're investing for me, right? So stocks, bonds, and then cash. Let's go through this a little bit, especially the stocks part, because I know a lot of people are curious to see what Ally actually does for you. So in terms of the stocks, right? iShares Core S&P 500 ETF, almost 25% of my portfolio, that's going to be in something with the symbol IVV. I would say that for people who are interested in putting their money in an S&P 500 ETF, I wouldn't say that IVV is one of the more popular ones. I would say most people go with something like Vanguard, VOO. Maybe you even go with SPY, SPY. And then there's others who may go with something like Schwab, SWPPX. But in this case, Ally is choosing IVV for me. I have no control over that. It's a robo-advisor. So again, it's going to do everything for me. I can't pick and choose. What's the next thing? So Vanguard, FTSE, Developed Markets ETF. That's VEA. That's a symbol. About 21% of my portfolio, that's going to be in there. iShares Core S&P Midcap ETF, IJH. Almost 13% of my portfolio is in those stocks. Vanguard FTSE Emerging Markets ETF, VWO, almost 5% right there. And then iShares Core S&P Small Cap ETF, IJR, almost 5% there as well. So if you want to simulate what I'm doing with Ally Invest without actually using Ally Invest, then this is the way to do it. That's how they're weighting my portfolio. You can probably mimic this on your own. And then just quickly looking at what they're doing on the bond side of things. Basically, it's a mix of Vanguard and iShares. Again, that's what Ally likes to do. So Vanguard Mortgage-Backed Securities ETF, that's VMBS, almost 1%. And then all of the rest, it's almost 1% as well. Vanguard Total International Bond ETF, iShares Intermediate Credit Bond ETF, and then iShares 7 to 10 year Treasury Bond ETF. And then right there on the bottom, cash, you see almost 29%. That's going to be in cash. I'm going to go over this a bit more, but this is a very unique robo-advisor because you have to have about 30% of your money in here in cash. So it's pretty much like having a savings account with an APY of 1%. That's the deal that you have with Ally here. All right, so let's go over the pros and cons. I mean, what's the immediate pro right here? Obviously, I made money. So at the end of the day, the simple goal here is that I want to make more money than what I invested in. In those 7 months, at least I made some money. Most people would be okay with using something like this just because they trust the name so much. Ally as an online bank, online account, that's really popular. It's been around for a while. You can ask a lot of people out there, they're probably gonna know what Ally is. So having the name brand here, that obviously helps because it gives you a bit of comfort right there. Okay, and then the next thing I would say, the small minimum deposit requirement. I like this. The minimum deposit to invest with them, managed portfolio, it's only $100. But the most important thing, the thing I like the most, is that with the managed portfolio, the cash enhanced portfolio, there's no fees. And here's a screenshot to prove it. You see at the top, my initial deposit, it's $1,000. Withdrawals, 0, because I didn't take out any money. Capital gains / loss. In this case, it's a capital gain, $141.62. Dividends, interest, it also gives you that breakdown as well. Dividends, $7.80. Interest, $1.81. So the dividends, that's going to come from my stock holdings, and then the interest, that's coming from my cash that's just placed on the side, right? It's just in the cash enhanced portfolio. That 30%, that's gaining 1% APY. So that's what it reflects right there. But the bottom two, you see advisory fees, $0, other fees / credits, $0. So why is it $0? Again, keep in mind that for Ally's cash enhanced portfolio, there's no advisory fees, no annual charges, and there's no rebalancing fees. As long as you choose to have this cash enhanced portfolio, you're not going to pay any fees, which is a really big win for a lot of people out there who don't use other robo-advisors because they don't like paying those annual fees. This is also a good time to remind you about the two types of managed portfolios that Ally has. So the one that I'm using right now, it's the cash enhanced portfolio. But what if you don't want to hold that much cash? Ally does have another type of managed portfolio account, and it's called a market-focused portfolio. And the main purpose of the market-focused portfolio is if you want to hold less cash. However, just keep this in mind. If you're not going to do the cash enhanced portfolio and you go with something like this, you do have to pay a fee, a 0.3% annual advisory fee. That's charged monthly, and more of your money, it's going to be invested in the market. About 2%, only 2% is held in cash. Again, what you choose is completely up to you. I chose to do the cash enhanced portfolio, one, because I was really intrigued at the fact that 30% of my money, it's going to be set aside, and it's going to also earn interest. And also, I obviously didn't want to pay any advisory fees. So those are the two types of managed portfolios at Ally. Again, a cash enhanced portfolio and a market focused portfolio. The other pro that I like about Ally is the different types of portfolios you can have there. You can have an individual account, a joint account, but you can also have a custodial account. Maybe you want to open up a robo-advisor investment account for your kids or your grandkids or someone in your family. You can do that with Ally, which is a really big thing because a robo-advisor, the whole purpose is to really not do anything. It's all hands off. You just deposit money. It does everything for you. It automatically invests for you. And then if you pretty much combine that with a custodial account, which you can hand down to the next generations, that's a really powerful thing. The other ones are pretty much standard, right? Almost every single robo-advisor, it's going to allow you to have an IRA, whether it's traditional, Roth, or rollover. What about the types of portfolios? So remember earlier in the video, I talked about having a core aggressive portfolio. What other options are there? So let's check out the screenshot right here. There's 4 different types of portfolios you can actually choose. At the very top, core, highly diversified across domestic, international, and fixed income assets. You can choose the amount of risk you are comfortable with from conservative to aggressive. If you're more of a hands-off investor, consider this portfolio type. So again, this is what I chose. I did the most aggressive setting. I have a core aggressive portfolio. Which other ones are there though? So income. This portfolio type offers higher dividend yields while maintaining a more conservative risk profile. Consider this portfolio type if you're more focused on yield and income. I would say this is perfect for anyone who's about to retire, or maybe you already are retired. Or if you're just focused on retirement, maybe you're young, but you're just focused on having a dividend income portfolio, this is the one for you. What about the next one? Tax optimized. If you make after-tax contributions to an investment account, this type of IRA may help maximize your investments. If you're looking to invest using a diverse mix of tax-advantaged, low-cost exchange-traded funds, consider this portfolio type. And in general, this is probably better for any type of investor, anyone who's in higher tax brackets. What about the last one? Socially responsible. Shaped by companies with ethical track records, you'll only invest in businesses that actively practice sustainability, energy efficiency, or other environmentally friendly initiatives. Consider this portfolio type if eco-friendly practices are important to you. Sustainability, ESG funds. This has been around for a while, but I can imagine this being a trend that continues, especially as EV, electric vehicles, and all of that stuff becomes more popular. This is going to be something that almost every single robo-advisor should and probably will have. There's so many different options at Ally. It's a really simplified portfolio, easy to navigate. And honestly, I feel safe using something like this because 30% of my money, it's going to be in cash. 70%, it's going to be in the market. If you really think about it, that's a really balanced type of portfolio because it acts as an investment account and also a savings account. And that's the best type of hands-off robo-advisor. If you're not concerned and you really know that your money's going to be safe, that's pretty much the goal of a robo-advisor, and that's how you should be investing if you're choosing this type of option. But there are cons too. There's things I don't like about this. I do experience a lot of login errors. Honestly, I don't know if it's just me or if anyone else is experiencing this too, but whenever I log in, the desktop version, the web version, when I'm on my laptop, I experience issues, errors, or I just can't even see my portfolio. I don't know if it's a loading issue. I've tried different browsers, I still experience it, or if there's so many people using Ally that they just can't handle all of the traffic at once. But it's definitely a real thing that's happening. I've experienced it multiple times, so that's just one warning to you. The other thing is customer support. Seriously, I've waited over an hour on the phone just to have someone pick up the phone. And that's not a good thing. So the wait times, customer support, it's gonna be really hard to get a hang of them on the phone right now. Again, I think it's a bandwidth issue. There's just not as many customer support people to really help out. So that's gonna be something that they really need to fix moving forward if they want people to trust the platform a lot more. FYI, I've had better experiences just emailing their support team. They have an email there, you could check it out, but pretty much whenever I've emailed them, it said that it's gonna take maybe a day or 2 days to get back to me. I've usually gotten a response within 24 hours, even the same day. Otherwise, if you're using a robo-advisor, hopefully you're not gonna have too many questions, and you should just really be hands-off in this entire process. So in general, I still think this is a great account to check out. $100, that's the minimum. It's not that much, especially if you haven't used a robo-advisor before. This is a really great one to have in your portfolio. Just try it out, and then if you want to try other ones, just compare and contrast, then you can obviously do that as well. So hopefully this helped you out. And if you learned something new, gained any value from this, then subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.